he had no knowledge of this game. So how am I asking him questions that he has no knowledge of?
Yeah.
Is nonsensical. And why would I make him feel a lack of by questioning him or putting him in a circumstance where he doesn't know how to answer?
Yeah.
So I learned what I needed to learn from books, because at the time, YouTube wasn't popping like it is now.
Right.
Mentorship classes were not popping like they are now. I became my own mentor. So I asked my mentor.
That's the slow route. Yeah. I mean, that's the only route you had.
That's the only route I had.
And like to be able to extract value from that, it took time, I'm sure.
I had to ask.
Going up to the library, picking up books.
Yeah.
You said you couldn't even afford some of the books, right, at the time?
Bro, I was broke.
That's crazy.
I would go to a Starbucks. I'd buy a cup of coffee for it was like $1.35. And then you get free refills at Barnes & Noble.
Wow.
Or like they're like 50 cents or something cheap.
Yeah.
They were cheap enough to where it was worth it. So like I could go buy a cup of coffee. I'll buy like a small cup of coffee, because even back then Starbucks wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
I'll buy a small cup of coffee, and then I would drink the coffee because I want to drink the coffee. I love coffee. And I would sit there and read all the books for free.
Wow.
And sit there in the Barnes & Noble. I'd get one of those couches, and I would just sit there and read this topic, this topic, this topic. Nobody ever threw me out.
Wow.
Nobody was like, yo, you reading all these books for free, not paying for anything.
Yeah.
Because I had a cup of coffee. It looked legit. So I would do that like twice a week, every week.
What would you do in between reading? Like, would you come up with a game plan?
No, I would work and write stuff down.
Okay. So you would work your regular job.
I needed to make money, so I had a job.
Like how'd you go from reading books to becoming a real estate investor?
I knew where I was going to go. I always knew I was going to end up in real estate.
Gotcha.
Like I have notes from like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like